What I don't understand is who who makes the decisions about what we, the American voters, what we are concerned about and or concerned with or not. I'm watching. I'm watching Fox and a little bit of the others. You know what I can stand on, and and I just keep seeing these things. But people, they want to give their opinion, saying, "Well, I think that the American voters are more concerned with such and such than they are with such and such." Um, really? Did you ask us? Is that because you're you being a politician you have are on a totally different wavelength than the rest of the country. Uh, Things have a different value or have a different weight to them, to you, than they do to us. We work for what we have. I'm proud of what I have because I've worked for it. Nothing was handed to me. Not a damn thing has been handed to me. I have not been given anything from the government. The stimulus check that was mailed out, I tried to deny, refuse it. I don't want that because I don't want to be a part of the problem that our kids and our grandkids are going to have to deal with. The country already doesn't have any money, so let's give everybody some checks. Well, you know what? If people were responsible and smart to begin with, then they would have had some money saved up. Okay? And they would not need no stimulus check to get them through this whole corona bull crap. So whose fault's that? And the answer is to write everybody a check from an account that is already in the negative by billions, trillions of dollars. Let's make it even. It's worthless, and so I didn't want it. Unfortunately, I don't have that option. It's still sitting in my checking account. If government wants it back, I'd be more than happy to give it back to you. Why do they? Getting back to my whole point was, who the hell do they think they are to tell what we really want and what we are really concerned about? You have no idea what we're concerned about. And I hate to say it, but Fox News has gotten about just as bad. And this Cavuto, oh, that guy's a piece of shit. Do you hear me, Cavuto? You're a piece of shit. I'm sure this is going to get taken off of YouTube, and I'm probably going to I don't give a damn. It's freedom of speech. That's my right. As long as I don't threaten anybody, which I won't do, I have the right to give my opinion. And my opinion is that Fox News is getting about just as bad as the rest of them. And Caputo, whatever his name is a Caputo piece of shit. I think this whole election was rigged from the get-go. There's too many things that statistically are impossible. It's not the odds were astronomical or anything. It was beyond that. It's statistically impossible. But it seems like when the Republicans or Trump's campaign, makes calls them out on it, the Democrats' response is, "What are you talking about? Where's your evidence? You don't have any evidence. You don't have, and just dismissing it, or whatever." Now, this is after, mind you, that the Democrats spent 3.5 years trying to get rid of Trump. Hell, they had the whole Russia collusion thing, and then the impeachment, and you name it. And then blaming coronavirus on him. I mean, but yet Trump got more done in 4 years than any other president has gotten done in 8 years. Since, well, a lot of people say since Abraham Lincoln, but really before that, because Abraham Lincoln wasn't nothing anyways. I mean, he did not abolish slavery, by the way. Okay. The only thing that, because his words, you look it up, in his speech, his word says, if I could win this war without freeing a single slave, I would. Not my words, his words. Plus, the proclamation did not abolish slavery in the country, only in the South. Slavery was still legal and present in the northern states for like an additional 7 or 8 years. So, I don't want to talk about that though. Oh, look it up. I'm not making this up. Look it up. It's history. It's written down, black and white, right there in the books. People don't know how to read anymore. They want to get everything off the internet. But, go to the library. Got the Dewey Decimal System, card catalog. Go to the reference section. Look it up. It's there. It's free. You just got to want it. You got to get it. But you can, if Biden ends up winning this, and I'm sorry, if Harris ends up winning this, because Biden, he ain't going to be president. He'll get inaugurated in, and you watch, you just watch. Right after he's inaugurated, they're going to pull the 26th on him, because he is incompetent. He cannot do that job. I mean, bless his heart, the man's just old. He's old and senile and doesn't. I mean, his wife has to tap him on the shoulder and whisper in his ear to remind him to smile. Is that who you really want running your country? Not even the stupid liberals could actually want that. So I don't. But what they do want is that camel toe Harris or Kamala, whatever her Harris. That's what they want. So if she gets into office, oh Lord, you can kiss goodbye your freedom of speech. You can kiss goodbye your freedom of religion, or you can still have whatever religion you want. You're just not going to be able to express it. Nope. Churches, no. They're already trying to get rid of churches, but that'll be gone. They're going to take your guns. Now, they're only going to take the guns from the good law-abiding citizens that have guns legally for self-defense and hunting or such, okay? Because the criminals out here that use guns to kill people with, they're still going to have guns because they don't get their guns legally anyways. So the only thing about taking guns away, that's just going to make the law-abiding citizens defenseless. So what sense does that make? Do they honestly think that a true criminal that just goes to Walmart and buys their guns illegally? I mean, come on. But you can kiss that goodbye. You can't buy a gun, but you can sure kill a baby all the way up until even after it's born. Whatever. Oh, just what? Oh. Our country is, as we know it, is over. It's done. There is no going back. I really do not believe that. And I think you blame it all. Well, not all, but the majority of it. When they took God out of the schools. It's that generation that went through schools right after that in a godless school system, growing up in a godless world. Now they've grown up and now they're in charge. And that's why you see all these changes and all this moronic thoughts and points of views, and it does not make sense. It does not make sense unless you realize that it's because they were brought up in a godless world, and then it's like, that's why they're like that. That's why they're thinking that way. That's why they want to kill babies even after they're born. That now it makes sense. And it's just, we're going to be cursed. He's going to take us out, Biden, Harris, whatever's going to take us out of this peace agreement and everything that we have with Israel. They're going to put us back into this peace plan with Iran, which is not a peace plan. It's going to put us, we're going to be against Israel, and the kingdom that goes up against Israel is cursed. We've been very blessed over the years as a country. We've always been pro-Israel. Now they're talking about anti-Semitic, that's just suicide. But you'll see. But I'm 42 years old. I'll be all right. I mean, it's whatever. Deal with it. What I feel sorry for my girls having to grow up and live in this world that they are changing it to. It scares the hell out of me. I'm scared to death for them. And all I can say to anybody out there that's in my same shoes that I am, and that you might be feeling the same way, and just what do we do? What do we do? Because obviously voting does not matter. They use that Hammer program, which was already been proven that it's been can be hacked and rewritten. They proved that in 2018. Well, why are they still using that same program? All the states use that program, and that doesn't, see, once again, does not make sense unless you think, oh, that's right, they're in a godless world. So not that makes, so now yeah, it's fair. Then you can do whatever you want to the elections, to the voting. But anybody else that's out that's like this, and you're thinking, what do we do? What do we do? Because voting doesn't work, and I mean, what we can't just move to another country, because even though this country is going to hell, it's still probably the greatest country in the world to live in. It is the most free, it's the freest. It may not be that way 10 years from now or whatever, 20 years from now, it may not be, but right now it still is. Even though it sucks, it still is. I still love this country. I just hate the way to see the country's going. But the only advice that I can give you, and this is what, it helps me, is just to knowing that all this was foretold. All of it. It's all foretold. Right there in the Bible. And we are living in the end of time, at the end of times. I mean, we are knocking on the door of the rapture of the church, and then the 7 years of hell. And just know that it's all foretold. It's all planned out. It has been planned out for 7,000 years, or if not longer. And just, just pray about it. And if you don't know the Lord as your personal Savior, then you need to do that. And that will bring you peace. And pray for your children. Please, please, please pray for your children. Because that's the scariest for me. Is just to, to think of the world that they're going to have to live in, and when the world is everything, if what's wrong is said to be right, and what's right is said to be wrong. That's exactly where we're headed to. That's exactly how we're going towards. And so when the entire country and the world society is looking at saying that, well, this is what's right and this is what's wrong, when it's totally the opposite, well, then how do you raise your children to know to go against what everybody else? It's difficult. It can be difficult. Your mama used to say, well, if everybody else jumped off the bridge, would you do it too? Yeah, I did. I mean, but this is a little more than that, because they're actually making laws and stuff. It's not just your friends are at school smoking, so I smoked. You smoke too, or whatever. It's a little more than that. I mean, we're not talking about smoking cigarettes in high school. We're talking about killing babies that are all the way up to they're born. I mean, that's a little bit different. But just pray for your children, and Fox News, y'all need to do an about face. You're going the wrong way. I'm just saying. I'm not the only one. Anyways, y'all give me a thumbs up if you like, or if you agree. If you disagree, let me know. Comments, I don't care. I'll read it. If I want to argue back, I will. If I don't, then I won't. Whatever. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. Anything. All right. Peace out.